Now, second nurse from Mumbai's Breach Candy Hospital has tested positive for COVID-19. She was in close contact with the first nurse who tested positive on the 8th of April. They both lived in the same hostel in Mumbai's Mahim area. So, Disha, this, of course, as far as Breach Candy Hospital is concerned, this is the second case now coming out. What can you tell us about this case? And also, are there any more tests awaited of people, of the staff from Breach Candy?
Well, absolutely, Avni. In fact, if you talk about the second case here in concern, remember the first nurse who was tested positive on 8th of April used to work in a Breach Candy hospital, and they used to also live in the same hostel together. So this second nurse that has been tested positive, she was in close contact with the first nurse, is what we understand. And slowly, there were about over 20 nurses who were being quarantined when the first nurse was tested positive. Their samples were being taken for testing purposes. And out of that, of course, the first nurse report came yesterday, which turned out to be positive. So now, of course, the BMC is trying to ascertain that where did the infection really come from? Was it from the hospital, or was it from the same hostel that these nurses were staying? So they are trying to find out the source of information as we speak. But as of now, the status is of the Breach Candy Hospital. No new admissions are being allowed as we speak. This is the current situation on the ground level. More than 20 nurses in that hospital have been quarantined. Their swab samples have been sent for testing.
All right, Disha, thanks so much for joining us with all of those details. Meanwhile, moving to the national capital, in fact, Delhi Health Minister Satyendra Jain spoke exclusively to Times Network on the impact of the lockdown in the national capital, and also talking about the particular area called Dilshad Garden area, which has now been declared a completely corona-free zone, and also explaining the effectiveness of Chief Minister's shield concept for contact tracing. Listen in.